Hi guys, I'm Anita and I'm back with another video. I will be doing a joint video of both a Friday reads and my February TBR today. It is the 2nd of February and it is a Friday, so I felt like I could do that. So if I seem a little off today, I have a headache. And so I'm trying to film this as well as possible. So I'm not feeling the best today, but I'm gonna talk about my books that I'm currently reading and the books that I plan on reading in February that are not part of the 2 readathons that I'm gonna be participating in, because I'm participating in 2 readathons this month and none of the books for that will be part of this TBR. So yeah, there will be TBRs up for that later, and the 2 readathons that I want to participate in is, first of all, the Contemporary-thon and the Thriller-thon. Both because I have so many contemporaries and thrillers on my sort of immediate to read shelf, and I'd like to have the majority of them away when I get into March and I have to start reading for the Booktube SFF Awards, when I know that's gonna be a lot of science fiction and fantasy reads in my TBR. So let's get into the books that I'm gonna try and attempt to read apart from that. I'll start out with the books I'm currently reading and that I want to finish over this weekend. First up, I'm reading Artemis by Annie Weir. I'm less than 100 pages away from finishing this, and I want to finish this over the weekend. It's not my favorite read of all time, for sure. I don't hate it, I don't love it. I don't have very many feelings towards the characters, but the pacing is fast and the writing is easy to get through, and we'll see. Currently I'm on a 3-star with this one, so we'll see if that changes. I don't think it will, but I will be finishing this. And look at the end pages, not the end pages, but the dust without the dust jacket on it. Look at how my greasy fingers have already matted it, but I like finding treasures like that. But it was the book that I want to finish over this weekend. Then I'm also working on Her Body and Other Parties by Karen Maria Mangetto. I read one story in that short story collection. I would like to finish that hopefully over the weekend as well, so I don't have to think so much about that any longer. And I have started on Sandlin Ascents by, I forgot the author's name, but I'm putting that on a hold for a bit because as immediately we started into February, I started The Stand by Stephen King. So, and I'm not very far into Sandlin Ascents, so I can't really tell you much about the plot of this. But I will get, if I finish The Stand before February is over, I'll go immediately into this audio when I finish that, because I definitely enjoyed the narration. But as I said, I started in on The Stand by Stephen King yesterday, and I attempt to at least listen to an hour a day. If I have to finish this, that's the minimum. Actually, I should be reading 2 hours a day, because it's 33 hours in 1.5 speed. So that's how I listen to it, and so I have a lot of hours to go. But maybe I can find some listening time as I'm working, as I'm doing chores at home, that will give me some more than just that hour to and from work on every weekday. So yeah, those are the books I'm working on and planning on working on over the weekend. Then I have my actual February TBR, that is books that I'm planning on trying to get through in February. First up, I just received this and I have to read it. I think I may already started it this weekend when I finish Artemis, and that is Beneath the Sugarstar Sky by Shauna Maguire. This is my most anticipated book of this year, I think. I love her writing style. I loved Down Among the Sticks and Bones. It was one of my favorite books of 2017, so I really cannot wait to get into this world. And I know I'm gonna speed through these books because I usually do with her. These books, they are read in either 1 or 2 sittings, and that's fast for me because I don't always put a lot of hours. Depends on when I start this book, and I don't have a lot of reading time during day-to-day life with work and stuff. But over weekends I can sit and read this in a day. no problems at all. But one thing I was a little sad about when I got it is it's been torn. And I'm just one of those passive-aggressive people that doesn't really... I'm angry on the inside, but I don't do much about the fact and contact the publishers, because I don't... It takes so much time and effort to write a complaint, to get it sent back before I get the book that I wanted in a good condition. So I'm gonna leave it as it is and be a little bit sad about that on the inside. The next books that I want to read are, because I noticed I have not picked up one single book from my 5-star TBR Pulse prediction that I posted back in October or September, I'm not sure, because I went into a slump. I didn't read anything. So I felt like it's about high time I actually try and check these books out, and so I can get back to you with and my opinions. Did they meet my expectations? Did they not? And all of that. So the first one of those books I want to read this month is Five Daughters of the Moon by Lena Dictalo, which is one of the books that was on there. I also have Shadow of What Was Lost on there, but I am gonna save that for later because it's a bit of a high fantasy and I'm not really in the mood for that right now, but I will postpone that to maybe March or April. I'll try and fit it in. I already have worked a little bit on it, so this is actually the only book that I've started and I'm really enjoying it, but I'm only like 5 chapters into the book or something. And yeah, we'll see. But the other 3 books besides Five Daughters of the Moon that I want to try and get to this month is Europe in Autumn by Dave Hutchinson. This is a sci-fi thriller, so I actually could add this to my thriller-thon TBR, and it might be that I do that to fit this in. So this is a sneak peek into that. But I am really looking forward to reading this. I've heard really great things of this series, of this particular book by Rachel from Kalanadi, so I'm really looking forward to it. I like these sort of suspenseful page turners, and hoping that I'll be able to understand what's going on, even though this is a sort of science fiction sort of setting. But yeah, I'm excited to get to this. Another book that I want to get to, and I hope that I'll get to this month, is Among Others by Jo Walton. This is also part of my 5-star TBR prediction. And I just adore the cover, and this premise sounds really good. And it has a pretty decent font size. It's not super small. And I don't know if that diary entries or something like that. It seems like it is. So it's a different sort of format that I'm used to, and I hope that I will enjoy it. I've heard lots of excellent things about this. I think it won a Nebula Award. Oh, both a Hugo Award and Nebula Award winner, it says at the top of the book. So this is highly praised amongst the sci-fi and fantasy community. So I'm really excited to see if I'll end up enjoying this as much as everyone else seems to do. And finally, this is one I'm really looking forward to as well, is The Dark Days Pact by Alison Goodman. I read the first book, Dark Days Club, in May or June last year, and it was a really slow read. I mean, it's not one you can just speed through. At least I didn't feel like that. There were so many things happening, and it was in sort of a slow pace, and the pace didn't really build up until like the last third of the book or something. But I loved every minute of reading this because there were so many. I loved the characters. The main character was such an interesting person to follow, and it's set in the 1800s, and this girl is 17 and she's just getting into the courting season, but this is not about romance at all. She's just something that she has to do because of her parents. They sort of demands that she goes to this courting season, and as the book goes along, she finds out there's something she can do that she wasn't aware of, and then she finds out there are other people sort of like her that are part of this group, and they want her to be part of it, so she has to decide if she wants to be part of the Dark Days Club or not. And it's just a sort of her coming to terms with this, and then there's an added mystery that makes it a lot more fun, and I cannot wait to see what's happening, because there was a bit of a change in things that I didn't expect was going to happen, and I loved it, but I'm definitely excited to see what will happen in this one. Yeah, I'm hoping I will end up loving this a lot more than the first one, because now I felt like that was a little bit of a build-up to the whole thing. But definitely a book that I'm excited to get to. I don't have other audiobooks that I want to get to, and I don't have any other ebooks that I want to bring into this, so I guess these are almost the final one. The only other thing I put on here, if I have time, it's very much if I have time, and that is Vision in Silver by Anne Bishop. I have started this, and I am on page 78. It is just over 500 pages, so I have quite a while to go. I'm only like 20% in. I have really enjoyed the first 2 books in the series, but it's a bit of a slow pace urban fantasy series, but I'm enjoying it, and I actually am enjoying it when I picked this up, but I put it down because I couldn't make it fit into my readathon that I was participating at the time when I picked it up. And so I never picked it up again, so I want to try and see if I can fit it in. Otherwise I'll try and fit it in March just to get it read, and hopefully I will enjoy it. So these are my TBR picks for February, and I'm really excited about all of them. The newer ones up here. This one is just mediocre. And I'm excited about the ebooks that I have, and I'm excited to tell you about the both two readathons that I'm gonna do, and hopefully I'll manage to read a lot of contemporaries and thrillers in those 2 weeks. And the other 2 weeks I'll try and fit these in. So this was all I had for you today. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of the books, and if you have any thoughts on them, which ones you think I should start out with. And definitely let me know in the comments down below if you have some great reading plans over February. Let me know about any exciting books that you're excited to get to. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.